So I want to be clear that in this article, I'm talking about things that we notice that create conflict and working on a process where we can try and reduce conflict rather than looking at what to do once the conflict has already happened. So I guess what I'm doing is trying to tame the horse before it bolts, so to speak. Enjoy. Hello, I'm just about to post my part 2 of my conflict in the workplace article, specifically targeting conflict in meetings. And I wanted to give it a bit of context for you, as a lot of it is very visual. So a couple of things I just want to share with you are some doozies, some humdingers that I have seen in the meeting space that are the real keys to driving conflict and disharmony and discord in the meetings. Number one is the eye roll. When somebody doesn't agree with something that's happening in the meeting, or they feel like they have an opinion but they're actually not prepared to speak it out, they generally do an eye roll. And the thing with the eye roll is they think that nobody else sees it, but in fact it's quite noticeable. Look. Okay, and the other thing with the eye roll is that when they do it, they often pass it to someone else. So they're looking for someone in the room who is feeling the same way as they are feeling. So they're doing the eye roll and pass. All right, number 2 is the old pen dropper. I'm accidentally on purpose going to drop my pen to show my frustration with whatever it is that has just been said. And it goes like this. Often it goes with a look as well, but you get the point. The thing I love about this is, as children we are told when we have a frustration or we make a sound to use our words. And when we feel this sort of conflict in a meeting space, we all of a sudden as adults don't have that ability to use our words or the ability to self-regulate in the words that are going to come out of our mouth. That difference between respond and reacting. Third is the silent but deadly. Honestly, Jack, you should have been there. The meeting was such a waste of time. They talked on and on and on about all this change that they want to do, and it's just never going to work. Did you say anything? No, well, there's no point in me having a say. No one believes me or listens to me anyway. Honestly, I don't know why I get involved in these meetings. Thanks for listening. Better go. So you might find the silent but deadly are the ones who are often saying, I don't get told anything or I don't get a say. And this is why. They do it all outside of the meeting space. Very frustrating for the people that are arranging the meetings, who are providing a space for people to have a voice when people choose not to speak. Then we have number 4, the unheard. Now this is the person that sits in the meeting and they're very keen to say something. They have some wonderful pearls of wisdom to be able to provide based on their experience and their expertise. However, it has been their experience in the past that people are not valuing that in the space. What happens then is these people choose not to say anything for fear of it being taken out of context. So what they have learned is that no one listens to them anyway, so why bother saying anything? Okay, this is a dangerous space in the meetings because we miss out on so many different pearls of wisdom that these people can be bringing. So it's really important to make sure that we're incorporating and including everybody in our meeting space. Number 5 is the autocrat. This is the person who is having the meeting, not really to collaborate, not really to get people's opinions, but really just to tell you what the state of the nation is and tell you what you need to be doing. Sometimes I think this is just a place where leaders can bring people together to wield their power. It's the, okay, this is what we're doing. There's no discussion. I'm saying this is how it goes, and that's going to be it. And you will do this, 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 and this. End of story. Number 6, and the last one that I want to share with you today, is the mismatcher. This is the one that no matter what you say, they will intentionally disagree or see the other side of it. Not to be confused with the critical thinker or the curious or the questioner who are asking things like, oh, interesting, tell me more about that. Or how do you see that working? This is someone who just says, no, it won't work. If it's black, I say it's white. This can be very destructive in the meeting space. So whilst there's room to look at gaps and look at solutions, really the mismatch, it doesn't bring anything to the meeting, but an opposite opinion to everything that somebody else says. One of the things that I talk about in the article is being present. And being present is to have some rules of engagement, often missing in the meeting space. The Gallup organisation has a tool called the Q12 Engagement Survey. And the second question on that survey says, do I know what's expected of me at work? And this is key to people being engaged in the workplace. Now, it goes the same, I think, in the meeting space. Do we know what is expected of us in the meeting space? And I think if we begin to make that clear with some rules of engagement, then we're going to see more effective meetings happening in the future. Like any culture, the meeting culture will build and improve based on the expectations you set and you delivering on those expectations. Because once we set those behaviours and those parameters, then people anticipate that behaviour. That behaviour has an impact, which then drives the anticipation for that to happen the next time. It's what we call creating a norm. So good luck. Thank you for reading the article, and I'd love to hear any feedback you have.